Hi friends, by using a canvas we can draw different shapes on a tick enter window. So here are some of the shapes. You can see a line with a end with a arrow, and here is a rectangle, one arc, and this is a oval which we can use it, and on when mouse is placed it changes its border. We'll see all that. And this is a polygon, so you can draw any shape by using the giving the coordinates. This is an image, this is a PNG image we are displayed, and here are some text also you can write it. All this we can do in a canvas, and we'll learn how to do all this. This is a blank window we are using, and here width and height, two variables we have declared 710 and 710, and then creating a string and using it for the geometry. You could have directly used it here also by writing 710x in 710, but we are using this because in a canvas we can easily scale it up or scale it down by changing at one place. So we have used a variable, but this is same as writing directly width and height here. So just we'll see how this blank window looks. This is our blank window. In that we will place our canvas. So let's start with our C1 equal to tk dot canvas. Now my parent window at line number 2, you can see it's my underscore w that I am using. This is of that. Now what is the width? Width equal to width minus 10. So it is I have at the top width we have fixed the variable as 710, so minus 10, so 700. Now that is the reason why you have used a variable, so I can easily change the value at one place. Now height equal to again height minus 10. So that way both top and bottom I am just leaving some edge. Now background, this is background color or BG you can write it. So I am just giving light green. You can give hex code also, no problem, any color you want can give. So now let's place it in our grid. So I am just saying it row equal to 0 and column also 0. So that's all. Now my canvas is ready. I have not used any items, placed any circle or line, anything. Just let's see how this looks. Here it is. You can see that our canvas is there. In that we'll place different items on this. Let's place some text first. So we'll say C1 dot create text, and where it is X position. So always remember top left is 0 0 and bottom right is the full width will come. So X position is 500. I am moving towards right. So 500. Now where it will be 50, means from the top I am coming down by 50, and from the left edge I am going 500, because my width is 710, so 500 I am gone towards the right. Now what color I will fill this is the fill color, or the what the font color will be. I am just giving a light background C0 C0 C0. You can change to any hex value whatever you want. Now what should be my font? This is the font. You can give a triple also, but instead directly we are writing here Times. Now we'll say 22 and bold. So here it is. So this is the font I have written. Now what is the text I am writing? Now text is, let's say welcome to Plus2Net. Now fine, that's all. Now it ends here. Okay, let's first see this, how this looks. I have just saved it, running. Sorry, my previous one window was also open. Now yeah, you can see here welcome to Plus2Net has come here, because I have used a very light background color here. You can see this, so that same color is reflected here. Now we'll go for a oval and line and all. Before that, let's place a rectangle. I am just storing this in a variable, because why it is required, even without variable also I can, because if I want to manage this, then I will be using this. So let's try once. So C1, now create rectangle. Fine. Now this is a rectangle I will be giving. Now in this rectangle I am giving the coordinate x1, y1, top and left coordinate. X1 is, let's say it is 60, and y means from the top edge is 20, the left top of the rectangle. Now up to what point it will come? 180 and let's say 80. So this is the bottom right edge of that. I am not giving any options we will learn slowly when arc and oval and all other elements when you will see. So I am not filling it also. Let's see how this looks. Sorry, previous window, let me close this. Yeah, here it is, the rectangle has come up. So you can see here, right? Okay, let's keep it here. Now 60 20, this edge from here is 60, top it is 20, 180. So x is 180 and from the top it is 80. So these two corners we have defined and the rectangle is drawn. Let's create a oval. So C1 dot create oval. Now what it is 160. This is again like rectangle. I am giving the coordinates. Now again 160 x1 y1. Now up to what value? It will go up to 300 and 350 I am giving, because I am giving a oval. Now what color I will fill it? Now I am filling it by gray. Now again okay, let's see up to this, then you will understand. I am running this. Yeah, here you can see that I want to get a full circle. Then what I will do, if it is dimension is 300, then it will be a circle now. So let's see that. Yeah, it's a circle now. So that is how the difference is. There is no separate circle, oval can be used. Now fill is gray. Now let's see the dash is what is a dash. Now this dash is the border pattern what you are using. I am just giving 25 pixel width. Instead of a solid line, this tuple will be used. Sorry, this is I am giving dash to 125, then a 5 pixel, then 1, then 10. Okay, one more thing we will learn also. We'll see what's the difference in active dash. Again, this active dash means when my mouse is placed, I will give a different value for this. So we can see the difference, how the border changes. So 50 and then 10. So a bigger size of border means this is a segment. This is a section. We'll see that. And what I am doing, I am adding a width is 5. This width is an option available for all. This is the outline width, a line or a rectangle, anywhere you can add that. So let's run this and see what happened. Okay, sorry, ambiguous and active. Okay, sorry, here I had to say active dash, not active only. Active dash. So yeah, here it is. You just watch when I am bringing the mouse over it. So when I am making it active, this active dash, because of that it is changing. So that is how the active dash, and the width I have increased it. I can give a color also. We'll see that in another element of various options. Now let's create a line. So C1 dot create line. Fine. Now where from it starts? 10. I am giving again 10, x and y 10. So and first starting position, this is x position, x1 y1. Now end position I am just giving 50 50. So it's diagonally it will come up. X position from the left as 50, y from the top 50. Now slightly width I am giving, default value 1. Let's save this and see how this line looks. Here it is. You can see this line is here from 10 10 50 50. Okay, you can understand, if I increase the y, it will come further in this line, it will come. So that is one thing. And I will just one important option here, I can say arrow. Arrow is once I give a arrow, I can get it that it should be in both ends or in the start or at the last. So arrow I am just giving last. So other options you can explore it at the both end also, you can connect it. Now let's see this way what will happen. See this arrow, it became arrow, and here it is. This end also I can keep it. Arrow last. Let's see what are the other options. Let me give both. Let's run this. You see at the both the ends. So you can say fast also. So this is how the line will be. Now let's the line be there. We'll go for one more step. We'll create one arc. So C1 dot create arc, where from it is the arc will be. It's again the same rectangle within the rectangle, 850, 85, 180 and 240. I'm just giving some dimension within this, it will be there. Now what should be the start angle and up to what point it will be? Always remember the 3 o'clock position is the 0 position. So I am telling here the start angle is equal to 45 and let it extend up to 135. And what should I fill it? Let's fill by red. You can give a hex value also. I am giving a red value. So start angle 45, end up to 135. This will be. So let's run this and see. Here is the arc. It's 45 degree. And then, another 135. Sorry, it not extend up to 135. So this angle is 135. So it is 180 it has reached. So that is how this arc has formed. So dimensions I can control it. Suppose I want a full arc like this, I can increase the extent, I can increase it. Let's increase up to 350 instead of 360, 350. So it should come like this, it should make it, and slightly gap will leave it. Let's just run this and extend. I will put it 350. So 10 I am leaving. Instead of making it, let's see, you can see this 10 is balance. If I'll make it 360, it will join here. So that is how the arc will be. We'll start with polygon. So this will be helpful when we have different shapes of our own style we want to create it. That will help. So let's create a polygon. Okay, fine, here it is. Now polygon requires a pair of different points where the lines will be drawn. So x1 y1, x2 y2, x3 y3, like that you have to go. So let's start with 35 and now 350. Let's come to 350. Now second point is 70 and it is 450. So okay, now 180, the third point I am telling. 180 and let's come to 500. This is y point. First one is xy, xy, like that I am going. Now let's say 260. Now 670. Now this is 500 again and 370. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points I have given. So suppose what happens if you miss one. Suppose x1, y1, 1 you are given. So it has to always end with a even numbers. Otherwise it will generate error. So let's see how this polygon looks like. Yeah, here it is. Our polygon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points we have given and it closes it also. So these 5 dimensions we have given 5 points of this. Now let's give a color to this. So let's fill it by giving yellow. Now one more thing we'll understand now. So that is color is yellow. Let's just see this how it looks. Yeah, here it is. Our polygon is there. Now what's this? In the BMP, this pixels you watch, we'll change that now. Now here is another option which says stipple. So I will just come to the next line and saying stipple. This stipple, what is a stipple? It's a you can see the difference now. Now I am saying stipple is gray, say 25. Okay. Then another thing is, sorry, it has to be with it's a string. So this gray, that image, that area will be some. It will be changed. Now active stipple also I can give active stipple. Now that I am making gray 75. You have seen earlier the picture. Now you can see the difference in these two. See now because it is, you watch this polygon now, this grains you watch. Now once I bringing that, I am increasing that. This is how the stipple works. This is I think you can further study it. What is a stipple? How you can match with the image quality and all. This arrangement of these pixels are matters here. If I'll move out, this is now gray 25. This is gray 25. If I'll further reduce this, let's see what happens. Gray 10 I am putting. Let's see what it will be very. Gray 10 is not there. I think gray 12 I tried. Grade 12, Yeah, it is there. It's very faint now. You can see this when but when I'm placing the mouse, because active stipple is there, so that's why it's taking care. So this is how we are create a polygon. Now we'll try to place image. So first we'll connect to the image file. So fname equal to tk dot photo image. So this is a PNG file, so directly I can connect it, but there will be a different way for a JPG. We have already discussed that how to handle the JPG. We'll see that also. So that file, whatever I have downloaded, the image file, and that I am placed in my D drive. So I am giving the path there. So to PNG. Fine. Now my file is connected and a file object is available. So now I'll place my image. It's a variable name only I am giving. C1 dot create image. Now I am saying where it will be. So it's X and Y location again. Coordinates X1 and Y1 for 550 and 550 I am giving. So that is the position. Now image equal to f name, whatever I have just above I have declared. So that's all. Let's see. My PNG file is here. It is. Now you can see, yeah, here this is my, you can see it, this is my image. This is not a text, it's a PNG image, and that is what I am displaying here. Now the problem is when I am having JPG picture, there I have to change it, because directly I can't read a JPG file. So for that purpose I have to create a import. I have to use PIL or Python image library. If it is not there, you have to pip install it, then import image and image tk. Now we will see why we are. Now this line will comment it. Now we'll read the JPG file. Fname. Now here I will say image tk dot. Sorry. Here I did a mistake. Image tk dot photo image. Fine. Now I will say image dot open. Now the JPG file I will open. So I will say that D. It's the same file name. I have just, its extension is different. So it's a top2.jpg. This is JPG file. Mostly if you are using a JPG, this is the way you will be, and your image is in a different location, then change the path here. This is, I have just put the root of the D drive, so it is like this. Now that's all. Now it is fname, and this PNG file I have commented. So now this will read the JPG file. Now let's run this and see. Yeah, here it is. This is the JPG file. So we have discussed all the items whatever we can use in our canvas. So here is a rectangles, colored rectangles, concentric we have used here, and you can see these are generated using timer functions also. So we can dynamically create these rectangles. We'll learn in our next tutorial how to do this, and I will request you to put your doubts, suggestions, feedbacks, whatever you want in the comment section below, and please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you will be informed as and when we post new videos, and share these videos with your friends, and I request you once again to subscribe, and thank you for watching.